Well, today's video is sponsored by Black Gold Compost Company. We want to thank the good people over at Black Gold for their generous donation of all this black cow manure that we're using in our video today. Thank you for sponsoring our channel. Well, happy new day, friends. Today we're going to talk about our salad bar. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. You know, I've been kind of struggling trying to fight this diabetes for a while, you know, several years, I guess, but it's actually it's caught up with me, you know. So I'm full-blown diabetic now, and the diet for a diabetic's not real pretty. But I was at the doctor's, and you know, they said no carbohydrates, of course, but you know, I said, well, what do you put on your plate when you can't have a potato? I mean, I love potatoes and stuff like that. She goes, fill it up with salad. And I said, that sounds like a pretty good alternative. And she goes, you should start a garden. I went, it just so happens that I have one. So out in the garden, you know, we have a little area that we've always called it the salad bar for many years. And I built this table over there when we first moved here, and I put a 40% shade cloth over the top of that table. That way, if we want to grow some lettuces and herbs and things like that in the springtime, we can stretch it out a little bit further, because I can get a little bit more mileage out of that shade cloth than I could if it was just sitting out in the sun, because especially down here in Florida, it gets so hot so fast that trying to grow lettuce in the spring, if you don't get it in real early, you're not going to get it to go very long, because it gets hot real quick, and then that noonday sun will just eat them up. You know, it just bolt, and they won't be fit to eat. So by putting the 40% shade cloth over there, I get full morning sun, and then you know, about 11 o'clock or so, that sun gets on up, and that shade cloth protects them with a 40% block. And then in the afternoon, as the sun goes off to the west back here, I have these tall pine trees you see back here behind me. They cast a shadow right down on that salad bar, which in effect protects them from the western setting sun, which is really damaging to really all plants, especially lettuce. So anyway, we got the salad bar all set up, and we left and came home from the doctor. Nancy came in and she ordered me some new seeds for the salad bar. We've got all kinds of good stuff out there growing now. We've got, you know, some stuff that she started. I'm not even sure what it is. She put it out there, some stuff to put on top of the salads to make them more interesting and more tasty. So she's got some of that going for me. We've also got black seeded Simpson growing out there, which is my favorite leaf lettuce. So we were growing that anyway, so I just grow more. And then you know, we've got, you know, some other romaine lettuce started up. It's growing pretty good. We've got the Salanova green butterhead lettuce, which I think is a pretty tasty little lettuce. So we've got some of that going. We've also got some bok choy we can chop up, and also some kachimsi, which is really an Asian spinach. So really, we got a pretty good assortment of things out there on the salad bar, as well as the grow tables, that we can enjoy together. Especially me, with being diabetic now, I can try to cut down on a lot of stuff that I was eating that was not really all that great, and increase the salad intake. So anyway, we're growing a lot of good vegetables out here in the garden that are really healthy for me and Nancy, and that's what we're going to focus on, instead of some of the bad stuff that, you know, I tend to gravitate toward. I'm not a very good diabetic guy. I like to be a meat and potato guy, you know. So anyway, Nancy got these seeds for me, and she surprised me with it. She goes, "This is for your salad bar. It'll make your salads more interesting." I said, "Okay, thanks, sweetheart." She got me a one that's just a green mix. It's called Premium Greens Mix, which we got, you know, from Johnny's Seed, or she got from Johnny's Seed. And then she also got me another lettuce that I'm very fond of called Tango. It's another leaf lettuce. She got that at Johnny's Seed as well. And I can mix that in with my other lettuces that are growing. And then she got me this one, and I'll never pronounce this right, Shungika or something like that. I'm terrible at pronouncing all these Asian names, especially with my southern drawl. But this is a leafy Asian green. This is another one that Nancy bought at Johnny's Seed. These Asian greens are really pretty good. They have a lot of assortment. So if you look at Johnny's Seed, they have a lot of Asian greens. Also go to Kitazawa Seed Company. They have a huge inventory of Asian vegetables, and if you're, you know, diabetic like me, you can get into some interesting little Asian toppings for your salad that are very healthy for you, and they give it kind of a different taste, and it just make it better for you. So anyway, today I wanted to start some of these seeds. I got out my seed trays here, and I filled them up with some seed mix, and I thought we would do it together and get them out, you know, over here to the seed starting rack and let they get them germinating. And after they get up a little bit, we'll step them up into a little bit bigger containers, 1 gallon, maybe the 6-inch cups or something. And we'll do that together, of course. And then we'll get them from, you know, after we step them up, we'll get them over to the salad bar, so we can get some healthy salad, and we'll watch this all the way through until Miss Nancy harvests some of this stuff and makes us a delightful salad to taste. So let's get started on getting these seeds going. Okay, we're ready to get started here. What I did is I just put some seed starting mix in these trays, and what I want to do at this point is just water those things down and pre-moisten them just a little bit. So I'll get those cells wet. And I'll let that soak down for just a second, and we'll be right back. Okay, looks like we've got our seed trays soaked down a little bit, pre-moistened. I like to tap it a couple of times just to get it on down. Then we'll take, let's start off with this, these Asian greens. Now these seeds are pretty small, and I'm not trying to count how many seeds I put in every little seed cell, okay? All I'm gonna do is, you see how small and difficult they are to handle. All I do is I take a small pinch, right? And I go and I just sprinkle in each cell, and I don't really care how many I get in there. If it's 2 or 3, 4 or 5, that's okay. However many goes in, they will all pretty much grow. So sprinkle them in just like you're putting pepper in. I've actually seen some people take a salt and pepper shaker, and they put their small stuff like this in there, and they just shake it in. I said, well, you know, one thing about gardening, you watch enough people and you'll get enough ideas to where you'll get pretty good at gardening just from everybody else. And that's the good thing about gardening, is we all learn from each other. There's really no one way is the right way. It's kind of a composite of things that you learn over the years, and you kind of develop your own little style of how you like to do it. And in so doing, you become your own unique little gardener. Okay, let's put some of the other this is the green premiums green mix. So let's do the same thing with that. Very small seeds. Take a pinch and I'll start sprinkling them in. That should be plenty. Save some for next time. Maybe I can get a second round out of this. If I'd have known I was going to get such good salads being a diabetic, maybe I could have become a diabetic sooner. Of course, I'm just kidding, people. You don't want anything to do with these diabetes. Okay, I put a little bit of seed mix right on top of what I just did, and I spread that around to where I have a very thin layer of the seed mix covering those seeds. I only really need about 1/4 of an inch over those seeds, not very much at all. Really, you're just wanting to make good contact with the soil. And so then I kind of tap it all back in, tamp it in a little bit with my fingers. Feels like that's got a pretty good contact. Okay. Next thing I do is I put my little tags in. I'm gonna put a tag in each 6-pack because I tend to get these things mixed up. There we go, all set. All we have to do is lightly water that in and get it over to the seed starting rack and get these off and running. So let me go get that last tray of Tango set up and we'll get them going too. Well, there we go. Got a whole tray of the Tango, half a tray of Asian greens, and half a tray of mixed greens. So I think that'll be a nice little addition to the salad bar over there. So we'll watch this in the days ahead and watch the progress of this all the way up until we can make a salad. So we'll be back in, about a week or so. Take another look at it then. See you soon. Well, good morning, Homestead family. Welcome back. It's been 7 days since we started these seeds together for our Asian mixed greens, as well as our mixed greens and our Tango leaf lettuce. And I just wanted to give you a little update on it. The mixed greens have popped up. They're doing pretty good. I see plenty of codlin leaves. I'm going to let these things grow a little bit further until I see a true leaf. Then we'll transplant them. The Asian greens are just barely breaking the surface, very, very young. So they're getting there. They're going to take a little bit longer than these mixed greens, but that's okay. These are doing just what they're supposed to do. Here's our Tango lettuce. It's coming along, just barely breaking the surface, but for 7 days, I'm well pleased with their performance. So we'll be back in the days ahead as we let these things get a little bit bigger out here in a seed starting rack, and at that point I'm going to move them over to the hardening table for about 3 days, and then we'll get out the little pots and we'll transplant these and get them out to the salad bar. So we'll be back in probably about maybe within the next 10 days, take another look at them. See you then. Well, welcome back, friends. Today is day 13 since we sowed this seed for our greens to go over in the salad bar. And the little mixed greens here that we started are now ready to go into, step them up into the bigger cups so we can continue to grow these. They're ready to go. The Asian greens that we started, they're really lagging behind a little bit, and they're just having a little bit of trouble getting started, but we won't give up on them. And then we have the tango lettuce. That's a really good oak leaf lettuce. That's about a week away from me transplanting it. So today I want to demonstrate how to transplant these little seedlings over into a larger cup so we can get them on the grow table, and I'll go ahead in the days ahead and transplant these and get them over there. And when we get them all over there, we'll come back and do another update. So today let's go ahead and get these planted, and we'll do that one together, and then you'll know how to do these because it's exactly the same process. So let's get started. Okay, I've got I'm using some little 6-inch cups, and I filled it with my container mix that I always make. And the next step is to simply just punch a hole in there, tip of my middle finger to my palm. I do the same thing on this one. Okay, and I take right at about a teaspoon of blood meal, and I put it right in the hole. Pop the little seedling out. It goes right in the hole. Pack the sides to kind of get it good and tight to hold it up. And there you go. Let's do this one too. Take out the seedling, right in. Then I collapse the sides and kind of push it down right there. And that will hold it right in place for the duration. Okay, let's get these over on the salad bar and get these things growing. Last step is I just really lightly water these in, and I'll water these in each morning. And I wanted to point out I'm using a 40% shade cloth to grow these outside. So if you're growing these yourself at home, try to find you a place that's got partial shade, and you really shouldn't have too much trouble with them. So we'll be back in the days ahead when I get the rest of the table full of what's left in the seed starting rack. We'll come back and take a look at where we're at with the salad bar. See you soon. Well, welcome back, friends. It's been 17 days since we planted our lettuce out here in the seed starting rack and got them going, and it's been 4 days since the last time I talked to you. So take a look at the Asian greens. You can see what it did in the last 4 days. There's some very slow progress being made here, but progress is being made. So we're going to let these stay out here a little bit longer and let these mature a little bit more. And if you took a look at the Tango oak leaf lettuce, it's really made some giant strides this week. It's up about 2 inches now, got plenty of true leaves on them. So at this point, we can go ahead and take those Tango lettuce out of those little seed starting cups and step them up into some 6-inch cups, and we'll get those right on out there onto the salad bar with the other lettuce and various herbs that we have going out there. So let's get started. Well, here's the 6-inch cups that we're going to be using. As you can see, that's not a very big container at all. And you don't need a very big container for these small lettuces because they grow pretty rapidly, and there's no sense in spending a whole bunch of money on making up container mix when you're only going to use about 3 inches of that soil from the top of the edge of the container anyway. So just wanted to point that out. Well, there we go. Kind of a busy morning today. But we got the Tango lettuce stepped up into some 6-inch cups, and we got it out of here on the salad bar. So we'll be watching the progress of this in the days ahead, and we'll also keep our eye on those Asian greens over there. They're still at the codling leaf stage, so probably be about another week before we get those out here. But we'll be back when those are done and get them out here on the table. and we'll take a look at everything out here on the table after I got everything out here. So we'll be back maybe a week and a half, take another look at the salad bar. See you soon. Well, welcome back, friends. It's been 9 days since our last update on the little salad bar progress. Just thought I'd update you today. If you come up and take a little bit of a close look here at these Asian greens, you can see they're trying to actually start getting some true leaves on them. They're growing very, very slow, but they are trying to get in a little bit of traction now. They're having a little bit of a hard time because it's starting to get kind of hot here in Florida now, and I might be out here just a little bit late for these, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. But we're going to keep our eye on these little fellers until we can get them on up big enough to transplant out in the salad bar so we can enjoy some Asian greens. So let's head over to the salad bar. We'll take a look at the mixed greens that we planted a couple weeks ago and the tango lettuce. Everything else is doing pretty good out there. In fact, I'm already making some salads, so I need to give you an update before I eat it all. Let's go check it out. Well, here we are out at the salad bar. The little mixed greens are doing really good. If you look down the line, you can see they're all up about 6 inches tall, and at this point they're ready to start eating, and and I have been doing so. So these are some really delicious little additions to your salad. That's a great topping, or you could just make the whole salad just out of that. It's pretty good. And over here is the tango lettuce. If you'll remember, when we planted the tango, it was very, very small, 1 to 2 inches tall. You can see they're up about 4 inches now and really getting ready to explode. So these are doing great, and so are the brown seeded, black seeded Simpson. This is actually our third round of the black seeded Simpson, and we've been planting it in succession all spring. So that's a really good leaf lettuce, and this is a really good oak leaf lettuce, the tango. So anyway, all these combinations, with the Salanova that's over here, as well as the romaine, we have a pretty good selection of items for our salads. So anyway, Nancy will be coming out and making some salads out of this here in the days ahead, and we'll be back and enjoy a salad together. So we'll be back very soon in the next few days, and we'll come out and harvest up a little salad for lunch. We'll see you then. Well, welcome back, friends. The little Asian greens are really struggling because summertime actually hit. We've had like the last 4 days in the 90s, and these poor little seedlings just can't make it. We tried, didn't we, baby? Mm-hmm. So we'll try these Asian greens again in the fall when it cools back down, because they look like they'd be very tasty. But for now, the rest of the salad bar over there is thriving. We've been really enjoying it all spring. Mm-hmm. And I thought today we'd just go over there and make us a small salad and have it for lunch, and we'll have it together with y'all. So let's head over to the salad bar and pick us up some greens. Well, here we are out at the salad bar, and Miss Nancy's right busy doing a little harvesting. If you look down here, these are the mixed greens. They have really just exploded, and they're doing beautiful. And I love the way it's got like all different kinds of things, bok choy, radish, lettuce. You know, it's really a nice, beautiful mix of flavors, as well as a beautiful presentation in the salad bowl. And over here we got our tango lettuce that we started together. It's just now starting to get going good. There's a couple that we can go ahead and harvest it today, but these will get much bigger in the days ahead. But this is how they look, and they're a great oak leaf lettuce. And behind me here is the black-seeded Simpson this is about our third or fourth succession planting of this. This really grows well in the spring under this 40% shade cloth. I was surprised I was able to get this many rounds out of it with it being this hot out here already. But that's like my favorite leaf lettuce. It's very tasty. So all of these lettuces that we use are very nutritional, and being that I have to include a lot of that on my diet now, it's important that we grow things that are not only taste good, but have a lot of nutritional value in them. So we're gonna get us together a little bit of lettuce for a couple of salads. We're gonna go grab a red onion out of the drying rack. We harvested them last week. And maybe we'll go grab a few of the little cherry tomatoes. And is that about do it, won't it, baby?
Mm-hmm. That'd be wonderful salad today.
That's about it. And you're going to cook a little something to go with it for lunch, like meat or some kind of meat?
We're going to have rotisserie chicken.
Rotisserie chicken, oh baby.
Oh,
so let's get busy, because I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
All right.
Well, you've outdone yourself. What a beautiful salad.
Yep,
All from the salad bar outside.
it is.
Let's thank the Lord for this, because I can't wait to eat that. By his hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Amen.
Oh boy,
Yeah, the salad looks really good.
it really does.
And we got the carrots from our garden, and we rotisserie the chicken on the here. Later on, we'll get our own chickens, but for now, we're doing good.
Yep. There's some red onion.
Oh,
Get what you want.
here, let me get you some too first.
Thank you.
Some tomatoes.
You know, these cherry tomatoes, these things are the best cherry tomatoes we've had in several years.
I know.
They're very sweet.
Our tomato garden is doing awesome this year. I mean, it's just
I don't know what made them so sweet this year. I wish I knew that secret. And I'd do it every year.
I think we planted it earlier, so it had a lot
All
more.
I know is it tastes good.
Yeah,
This is my favorite
sauce.
salad dressing. Got that Asian kick to it. You
Yeah.
want some?
Yeah, please. Just take a little bit. Let's taste it. The salad you worked hard on all year.
I've really been eating a lot of salad. I'm turning into a rabbit.
Yeah, but it's so good for you. You need to do that now for your diabetes.
Yep.
I'm glad you're growing all sorts of wonderful salad to do that.